You exercise your right to freedom, and this is the result. All rhetoric to avoid conflict and protect each other from hurt. The untested truths, spun by different interests, continue to churn and accumulate in the sandbox of political correctness and value systems.
Everyone withdraws into their own small gated community, afraid of a larger forum. They stay inside their little ponds, leaking whatever truth suits them into the growing cesspool of society at large.
The different cardinal truths neither clash nor mesh. No one is invalidated, but nobody is right.
Not even natural selection can take place here. The world is being engulfed in truth.
And this is the way the world ends. Not with a bang, but a whimper. I hear it's amazing when the famous purple stuffed worm in Flapjaw Space with the tuning fork does a raw blink on Harry Carey Rock. I need scissors. 61.
Huh? Politics, the military, the economy. They control it all. They even choose who becomes president. Very few are aware of their existence, even among those with code word clearance. The truth behind this country.
No.
Leave. It's all a show. Democracy is just a filler for textbooks. Think about it. Do you actually believe that public opinion influences the government? The people are shown what they want to believe. What you call government is actually a well-staged production aimed at satisfying the public. But my ambitions were... You'll understand someday. Sir, he replied that pawns can never become players. Everything went according to plan, but for one exception. He was the third snake, preceded by Solid and Liquid, a survivor of the Les Enfants Terribles project. Neither solid nor liquid. He was a well-balanced mastermind. When acting on his own, he started an incident.
Talk about a dangerous city. So don't get complacent. The mission can turn around and get you.
Wasn't Paris a person?
What?
Paris, I thought he was a...
Snake. There's a time and a place for conspiracy theories. Please, I'm trying to concentrate here.
Huh? Sorry.
Acquaintances agree, friends argue. And that's a straightforward one. The better friends you are, the more openly you can disagree with each other.
It's also important to be able to control your bodily functions. You never know when a long demo is about to begin. So make sure you're prepared to sit in front of the monitor for a long time if necessary. It's never a good idea to fight on too full a stomach. It'll make you logy, maybe even sleepy. You should wait 30 minutes after eating before you play. Soldiers that have been forged in the fires of battle are used to catching naps whenever and wherever they can. There's a big difference between real soldiers and those kids who have only been trained in VR simulators. After playing for a long time, you should get some rest too. People who have been through war and survived develop a kind of sixth sense to warn them of danger. Trust your instincts as a soldier, as a gamer.
In his own words, life isn't just about passing on your genes. We can leave behind much more than just DNA. Through speech, music, literature, and movies, what we've seen, heard, felt, these are the things we will pass on. Now more than ever, we need to pass the torch and let our children read our messy and sad history by its light. It's been a long time since I've spoken those words. Really brings me back. It's no longer about visions, ideologies, or passion. It's an endless series of proxy films created by mercenaries and machines. When the stories we tell are under total control, movies become routine.
What do you think about what Monsoon said earlier about memes? You think we're all doomed to follow some coded-in routine? That there's no free will?
Well, you're always going to have restraints based on what culture you're born into. The concept of memes was first proposed by Richard Dawkins in a book called The Selfish Gene. Dawkins, a biologist, stated that even if the actions of a living thing appear to be altruistic, each of its genes is still engaging in selfish behavior, purely as a matter of survival.
Yeah, I heard about that.
He went on to define memes as a different kind of self-replicating unit. They're the genes of a culture, from fashion to chord progressions in music.
The last half of the 20th century was shaped by the policy of nuclear deterrence. But the world has changed.
Boss, how are you back on your feet so quickly?
There's a non-smoking ward.
Boss,
If I listened to everything the doctors said, I'd probably die in here.
they found out about you waking up. And the man on fire picked this time to wake up too. We'll have to move forward ahead of schedule. Miller already has the preparations underway. We'll have to wake up your neighbor too.
So he's not. He seems awake now.
No. Well, he's not actively conscious, yet in his mind that past no longer exists. Your past is his past now. He's going to be your phantom, not some simple diversion. He'll act as the new big boss, and the act just isn't for Cypher. He'll be your face on the world stage, until the time comes for your resurgence.
You make it sound easy. He was always the best man we had.
In that moment, the man you knew died. He died protecting you. And now, by becoming you, he protects you again. Less enfants terribles.
You never did like the French.
Palace talk. They can keep it.
Les enfants terribles. The terrible children.
Have you heard of the last war?
Nope, doesn't ring a bell.
Humanity is wiped out by a war that no one wanted. The movie depicts that destruction from the eyes of ordinary people. Their simple daily lives are torn apart by the terrible power of a war that has nothing to do with them.
Everybody's afraid of the next big war, but there's only so much that one person can do.
That's why the people who have the power to stop it have to.